I'm Zahir, Kelvin Abdullah, and this is Nightline. The top stories: Bukit Aman probes alleged leak of Judicial Appointments Commission meeting minutes. And rising high-risk depression among students calls for timely intervention. Police have confirmed receiving a report regarding the leak and circulation of a document purported to be the minutes of a Judicial Appointments Commission JAC meeting, which went viral on social media on Saturday. Inspector General of Police, Datuk Sri Muhammad Khalid Ismail, said the investigation is being carried out by Bukit Aman's Classified Criminal Investigation Unit. In a statement on Sunday, Khalid said the investigation will focus on the leak and spread of the document within internal networks and on social media. He added that the authorities will summon all relevant and competent witnesses to assist with the probe. He also reminded the public not to disclose any documents or information classified as restricted, warning that firm action would be taken against anyone found to be involved in the leak and circulation of such material. The case is being investigated under the Official Secrets Act, the Penal Code, and the Communications and Multimedia Act. Earlier, excerpts of the JAC meeting minutes allegedly held in May were circulated on social media, believed to have first emerged on Reddit before spreading to Facebook and X. Meanwhile, the JAC Act 2009 is not a binding legal provision in determining the appointment of judges. According to Minister in the Prime Minister's Department for Law and Institutional Reform, Datuk Sri Azalina Othman Said, its role is limited to screening, evaluating and recommending candidates to the Prime Minister.
Akta JAC tu bukan finalisation lah. Nama tu datang daripada mereka, tetapi dalam 112B prosedur dia, nama tu diserah tapi dia tidak mengikat.
She said this to reporters after attending the Pengerang UMNO Division Delegates meeting in Kota Tinggi, Johor on Sunday. She added that the appointment of judges to the Federal Court, Court of Appeal and High Court is subject to Article 122B of the Federal Constitution, which requires the Prime Minister to advise the Yang di-Pertuan Agong and the Conference of Rulers. She also stated that the appointment of a new Chief Justice to head the judiciary will be decided only after the next Conference of Rulers, scheduled from July 15 to 17. In the meantime, Communications Minister Datuk Fahmi Fadzil stated that the government will leave it to the police to conduct a thorough investigation into the alleged leak of the JAC document.
Sekiranya ia adalah dokumen yang sahih dan terperingkat, ya, maksudnya classified, khususnya rahsia, maksudnya akta rahsia rasmi terpakai.
Fahmi added that the Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission, MCMC, will only take action if there are complaints from the public. He also did not dismiss the possibility of the issue being raised at the next cabinet meeting. In another development, the Communications Minister said the government may consider making it mandatory for digital platforms to label artificial intelligence AI-generated content under the Online Safety Act. According to Fahmi, some platforms have already introduced tags to indicate when images or videos have been created using AI tools.
InsyaAllah pada sidang kemuncak ASEAN ke-47 pada bulan Oktober, satu deklarasi Kuala Lumpur mengenai penggunaan media sosial akan diangkat dan diterima oleh negara-negara ASEAN yang memberi peluang kepada semua negara ASEAN lebih kurang pakai strategi taktik yang serupa untuk mendepani dan menghadapi perubahan AI, tapi terutamanya dalam media sosial.
Fahmy noted that this measure is especially crucial in addressing concerns about boundaries as well as the risks of misinformation and fake news spreading through social media. Previously, a number of AI-generated videos featuring the likenesses of prominent figures, including the young Di-Pertuan Agong and the Prime Minister, have appeared on social media aiming to lure people into fraudulent investment schemes. Now, the government's plan to mandate labeling of AI-generated content is seen as a timely step towards improving transparency and public trust online. International Islamic University Malaysia IIUM Cyber Law lecturer Mahyuddin Daud believes the move will help users better distinguish between authentic and AI-generated content.
Clearly, marking AI-generated content would empower users to better identify authentic versus manipulated materials, thereby reducing misinformation and increasing credibility. More importantly, this initiative is about providing necessary context and clarity to the public rather than imposing censorship.
He also added that precise definitions are also needed in order to avoid unintended consequences or penalizing legitimate creative users of AI technology. Mental health among students is an increasingly pressing issue as schools and families navigate rising emotional pressures faced by the youth. With concerns mounting over academic, social and personal expectations, mental well-being is becoming a central focus in conversations around student life. Nightline's Muhammad Nadir Asfa reports.
Recently, Selangor Public Health and Environment Committee Chairman Jamaliah Jamaluddin revealed that 1,020 of 36,428 secondary students in the state showed early signs of high-risk depression. The students were identified through the Patient Health Questionnaire, accounting for 2.8% of those screened. While the findings suggest that overall psychosocial behavior among students remains under control, the figure still represents a concerning trend.
With over 1,000 students in Selangor flagged as high risk for depression, school-based mental health assessments are gaining more attention, especially from professionals in the field.
Mental Illness Awareness and Support Association, MIASA President Anita Abu Bakar noted that academic pressure is the main stressor for school students. She explained that one of the key indicators of mental health struggles that parents and teachers should look out for is a noticeable change in a student's behavior.
One of the clear indicators will be a change or a shift in behavior, noticeable shift in behavior. So maybe students start withdrawing themselves from friends and family, choosing isolation versus interaction, and such as avoiding group activities, not participating in classroom discussions, and then it can gradually become more pronounced.
Anita also noted that despite growing awareness and resources in schools, more effective support systems are still needed to help students.
Could do a peer counselor type of support where we train maybe student leaders on more we say helping tools like active listening. What does holding space look like, coming from a place of empathy, having empathy and compassion.
Meanwhile, several university students shared their views on the possible causes of depression and stress, along with tips on how they cope with it.
It was like a mix of few factors basically. Like I can see, like for example, okay, for one thing is like of course expectations from like parents. Another one is also the desire to like do good.
I think because of the pressure of my parents and also society, because they think and they expect me to achieve something. So I think that is the most the important aspect that affect my stress and depression. Yeah.
Students in schools, they can seek help from the teachers or counselors. Same goes to university students. They can reach out to their academic advisors or lecturers and even staffs because they definitely know what to do with this kind of situation.
As awareness grows, identifying the early signs of high-risk depression among students becomes increasingly vital to enable timely intervention, safeguarding both their mental well-being and academic performance. Muhammad Nadir Asfar, TV3.
Meanwhile, Datuk Nancy Shukri stressed that addressing students' mental health should not fall solely on teachers or school counsellors. The Women, Family and Community Development Minister said addressing the issue requires joint commitment from parents, community leaders and relevant ministries to ensure a holistic approach. According to Nancy, strategic collaborations between her ministry and the Education Ministry are being carried out through various programs addressing youth mental health issues.
Dan juga kita juga ada kaunselor kita yang memang terlatih juga. Jadi mungkin ada yang bertepatan dengan keperluan informasi yang diperlukan. Kita ada kaunselor tersebut untuk menanganinya.
She said this to reporters after attending an event in Kuching, Sarawak on Sunday. Nancy added that if there are individuals in need of further treatment, the matter will be discussed and coordinated between the two ministries to ensure they receive the appropriate care. She also stressed that raising awareness to speak up and seek support is the first step towards fostering better mental well-being in the community, especially among the younger generation. The young Dipertuan Agong Sultan Ibrahim took time to engage with the public during a morning stroll at Taman Botani Perdana in the capital on Sunday. His Majesty arrived at 7 a.m. and spent time interacting with people from all walks of life. The king was seen warmly greeting park goers as they carried out their weekend routines and morning exercises. Sultan Ibrahim also graciously posed for photographs with visitors at the park. On Saturday, His Majesty spent time walking over 3 kilometers along Jalan Gallagher, during which he expressed concern over the area's cleanliness. Now, checks by TV3's news crew along Jalan Gallagher revealed that cleanup efforts were in full swing. It is understood that the cleanup began on Saturday night following Sultan Ibrahim's remarks concerning the cleanliness and safety of the area, and resumed as early as 7 a.m. on Sunday, starting from the Jalan Carruthers Junction and extending along Jalan Gallagher. Trash along the road as well as clogged drains have been cleared, while hazardous tree branches have been removed. Meanwhile, road users in Bukit Tunku hope for more frequent monitoring to ensure public safety, especially for cyclists and joggers.
Nampak banyak construction yang tak ada sign in term of keselamatan, which is not properly handled. And then banyak dari segi debris yang bahan-bahan buangan yang ada macam sikit batu-batu, dan ada yang actually boleh mendatangkan tidak bahaya kepada orang awam.
Kereta pun tak banyak. So untuk cycling dengan joggers, keselamatan tu boleh kata terjamin lah. Cuma ni dari persekitaran, dari segi kayu ataupun lopak-lopak air itu je lah yang nak kena pantau.
On Saturday, Sultan Ibrahim took to Facebook to reprimand local authorities, urging them to take proactive measures to ensure the environment remains consistently clean and safe. Following this, Kuala Lumpur City Hall, DBKL, instructed the Solid Waste Management and Public Cleansing Corporation, SW Corp, as well as Alam Flora to intensify cleaning efforts and to shut down the temporary waste collection point along the affected route. Kuala Lumpur Mayor Datuk Sri Maimunah Muhammad Sharif said the move was aimed at improving cleanliness and curbing disturbances from monkeys scavenging in open waste areas. Selangor Police have opened an inquiry paper to determine potential criminal offences in connection with the E-Hati Marital Motivation Programme. State Police Chief Datuk Hussein Omar Khan, when contacted, said investigators will summon several witnesses to verify claims, including those related to the use of so-called hallucination water.
Sebab tu kita nak lihat, ini semua adalah perkara-perkara yang dibawa oleh third party, mereka yang tidak ada kaitan dengan langsung. Sebab tu kita buka kertas inquiry paper ni untuk mengetahui direct daripada saksi-saksi yang hadir ataupun terlibat dalam aktiviti ini untuk mengesahkan ada benda-benda macam air, apa-apa air yang berkaitan ataupun kesalahan lain bawah kanun keseksaan.
Hussein added that the witness's statement must first be recorded before the substance can be sent to the forensic lab for analysis. The controversial motivational program organized by a married couple is believed to contain elements of religious deviation and immoral activities targeting working women and those experiencing marital problems. The case has drawn widespread attention after former participants took to social media alleging that deceptive teachings were presented under seemingly positive themes such as family happiness, the arts of marital love, and women's empowerment. The Selangor Islamic Religious Department, or JAC, has also launched an investigation and summoned the couple to provide their statements. 90 kilograms of ganja seized. This and more after this breather.
Mengada-ngadakan, contohnya letak tangkal. Kalau baby tu, kalau dia menangis nanti letak tali, nanti jin tak datang. Jadi ini adalah pendustaan atas nama Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Subhanahu Wa Taala amma yushrik.
My Quran Time, Quran, Salat, Infaq.
Seluruh Johor ada isu interaksi manusia dan gajah ni.
Ni kita tengok dia punya telinga. Kalau telinganya basah, dia tengah naik minyak.
Gajah ni membesar di sana dan ingatan dia di sana, dia tidak akan sesat.
Kita tahu bila kita cakap tentang isu gajah ni, dia bukan isu saya. Dia sebenarnya adalah isu setempat. Sebab gajah dia akan melalui kawasan yang luas.
Welcome back. In Kelantan, police have arrested a married couple and seized 90 kilograms of compressed ganja and ganja buds. The drug, estimated to be worth over 3 million ringgit, was found concealed in cashew nut packets. The suspects, aged 31 and 49, were arrested after their vehicle was stopped for inspection by a police patrol team at 4 a.m. on Jalan Padang Sembilan, Kuala Krai last Friday. Checks on the vehicle revealed 110 plastic packets containing dried cannabis buds weighing 60.8 kilograms, compressed blocks of ganja weighing 6.95 kilograms, and a plastic packet containing 150 yaba pills. A follow-up raid was then carried out at their residence in Salising, Pasir Putih at 4 p.m. the same day, where another 22 kilograms of compressed ganja was discovered. Also seized during the raid were cash and jewellery. State Police Chief Datuk Muhammad Yusof Mamat said the woman is believed to be the mastermind behind the drug trafficking operation, which has been carried out over the past year under the guise of a processed chicken business, while her husband works as a pea-hailing driver. Both suspects have been remanded for 7 days to assist investigations under the Dangerous Drugs Act. In Pulau Pinang, police have arrested the driver who allegedly struck a car with a rotan in a road rage incident along Jalan Leboh Pantai last Friday. North-East District Deputy Police Chief Superintendent Lee Swee Sek said the 37-year-old suspect was detained at Persiaran Kapal Sing about 10:15 p.m. on Saturday. Authorities were informed of the incident after receiving a report from a 25-year-old man. The victim claimed the incident occurred at 4 p.m. on Friday when his car was hit by the suspect's vehicle while he was driving. The suspect then got out of the car, picked up a rotan and struck the rear door of the victim's vehicle. The suspect was remanded for a day to facilitate police investigation into the case. In Terengganu, a woman was killed in a two-vehicle crash in Dungun on Sunday. 41-year-old Nazirah Abdul Rahman was pronounced dead at the scene after sustaining severe injuries. The 8 a.m. incident occurred near the traffic light intersection at the Paka Toll Plaza. It was reported that Nazirah was on her way to work in Hulu Paka when her car collided with another vehicle driven by a man who lost control while navigating a bend and veered into oncoming traffic. The collision left the victim trapped in the driver's seat, forcing rescuers to use specialized equipment to extricate her. Meanwhile, the 43-year-old driver of the other car suffered a broken leg and was sent to the Paka hospital for treatment. Nazirah's body was sent to the forensic unit at the same hospital for post-mortem. The cause of the accident is being investigated under the Road Transport Act. We're taking a short break. When we return, UK lawmakers urge recognition of Palestine. Stay with us.
Seluruh Johor ada isu interaksi manusia dan gajah ni.
Ini kita tengok dia punya telinga. Kalau telinganya basah, dia tengah naik minyak.
Gajah ini membesar di sana dan ingatan dia di sana, dia tidak akan sesat.
Kita tahu bila kita cakap tentang isu gajah ni, dia bukan isu saya. Dia sebenarnya adalah isu setempat. Sebab gajah dia akan melalui kawasan yang luas.
Mengada-ngadakan contohnya letak tangkal. Kalau baby tu, kalau dia menangis nanti letak tali, nanti jin tak datang. Jadi ini adalah pendustaan atas nama Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Subhanahu Wa Taala amma yushrikun.
My Quran Time, Quran, Salat, Infaq.
Surah yang ke-16 adalah surah An-Nahl, surah yang bermaksud lebah. Dan apakah kandungan dalam surah An-Nahl ini? Ia banyak bercerita tentang nikmat-nikmat yang Allah berikan kepada kita. Kita perlu memerhati kepada alam, kepada langit, bumi, matahari, akar kayu, kerana ianya adalah sebagai satu nikmat daripada Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, dan kita patut menghargai dan melonjakkan lagi kekuasaan ataupun peranan kita sebagai makhluk yang akan menyembah, mengabdikan diri kepada Allah.
News from the foreign front. Nearly 60 British Labour MPs have called on the UK government to formally recognise Palestine as a sovereign state in response to a controversial Israeli plan to forcibly relocate Gaza's population to an encampment in devastated Rafah. In a letter addressed to Foreign Secretary David Lammy on Thursday and made public on Saturday, the 59 MPs criticised Israeli Defence Minister Yoav Gallant's plan to move Gaza's 2.1 million residents into a so-called humanitarian city on Rafah's ruins. They said Palestinians were being pushed to the southern tip of Gaza in preparation for deportation, slamming the move as ethnic cleansing. The MPs urged Lammy Germany to block Israel's operational plan for crimes against humanity and to follow French President Emmanuel Macron's move to recognize a Palestinian state in line with the two-state solution. The lawmakers also pushed for restoring funding to the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees, supporting hostage releases and imposing a ban on goods from Israeli settlements in the occupied West Bank. Meanwhile, Israeli airstrikes on the Gaza Strip on Sunday killed at least 70 Palestinians, including 10 at a water distribution point. In one attack, at least 15 people were killed and 50 others injured in a strike on a busy market in Gaza City's Al-Daraj neighborhood. Elsewhere, 8 children were among 10 killed in a drone strike at a water point at the Nusayrat refugee camp in central Gaza, while dozens more died in separate attacks across the besieged enclave. On Saturday, Israel's bombardment killed 110 people across Gaza, including 34 waiting for food at the US-backed GHF site in Rafah. The latest bloodshed comes as Hamas and Israel accuse each other of undermining efforts to reach a 60-day ceasefire and hostage release deal in indirect talks in Doha. European Union President Ursula von der Leyen and Indonesian President Prabowo Subianto on Sunday announced a political agreement to finalize a long-anticipated free trade deal. Von der Leyen said the agreement, known as the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, CEPA, will create more opportunities in key sectors such as agriculture and automotive. Speaking alongside Prabowo, she added that the deal comes at the right time as it will unlock new markets and tap into the untapped potential of their trade relationship. After 10 years of negotiations, Prabowo highlighted that Indonesia, as a major ASEAN member, will contribute significantly to economic and geopolitical stability through this agreement.
Concluded the agreement to have a
Switching to sports now, the 2025 Asia Road Racing Championship. Another great milestone for Malaysian motorsports as national rider Hafiz Shahrin Abdullah delivered a sensational performance in Japan, winning race 2 of the elite ASB 1000 class during round 3 of the championship at the Twin Ring Montegi circuit on Sunday. Riding for JDT Racing Team, Hafiz dominated over 11 laps to claim his first win of the season on the Ducati Panigale V4R. Starting from pole, the former MotoGP rider was eager to bounce back after crashing out in race 1 on Saturday. Though he was briefly overtaken by home rider Kiito Abe on lap 4, Hafiz fought back strongly, making a decisive move on the final lap to secure victory by just 0.213 seconds. Meanwhile, Azroy Hakim Anwar, who led the championship, crashed early and was forced to retire, losing his overall lead to Abe. In other classes, no Malaysian riders made the podium in the SS600, AP250 or UB150 categories. Moving on to hockey, the 2025 Under-18 Asia Cup. The Young Tigers redeemed their semi-final heartbreak in style, clinching third place after a dominant 5-2 win over Bangladesh in Dazhou, China on Sunday. After being tied 1-1 at half-time, the national squad raised their game in the second half, scoring 4 more goals. Rahul Fazwid Nazrin led the way with 2 field goals, while Hishamuddin Abdul Rani, Abdul Hamzah Yaqib and Saiful Shafi Badruddin each added 1. The victory helped soften the blow of their semi-final defeat to Pakistan, where they lost 3-4 in a penalty shootout.
Hari ini kita telah membuktikan bahawa
program pembangunan hoki di Malaysia di landasan yang tepat, di landasan yang baik, dan saya harap ini dijadikan sebagai satu platform, satu batu loncatan untuk anak-anak muda ini, anak-anak remaja ini untuk pergi lebih jauh pada masa akan datang.
Turning to cycling, the 2025 Tour de France. Italy's Jonathan Milan timed his attack perfectly to win Stage 8 following a bunch sprint on Saturday. The peloton rode at a calmer pace under the sun on the 171-kilometer stage from Saint-Mine-les-Grands to Laval in western France. The 24-year-old Milan launched his decisive move in the final 200 meters, edging out Belgian Wout van Aert by half a bike length, with Australian Caden Groves third. Three-time champion Tadej Pogacar kept the yellow jersey and maintained his overall lead, followed by Remco Evenepoel and Kelvin Vauquelin. Stage 9 on Sunday heads south from Chinon to Châteauroux, another flat route where staying hydrated in the heat will be crucial. And that concludes Nightline this time around. Before we leave, here's a glimpse of Peru's 3,800-year-old Caral Citadel, now welcoming visitors after extensive restoration. With that, I'm Zahir, Kelvin, Abdullah. Thank you for watching and have a productive week ahead.